Alright, let's have a look at the first clip here. So this is going to be a replay of on rotation 1-2. I'm taking path 1. My gear setup you can pretty much see on the side here. I've got accuracy, aura. This is like the pretty much the best in slot gear, almost. Yeah, full malevolent. It's all perked up. Scythe augmented. Razorbacks. I mean, Ring of Death. Technically, you should be using an Asylum, but pretty much more or less best in slot gear. So just showing you what's achievable. I'm running a Nihil as well for the accuracy boost. I don't use a Yak generally. So let's have a look at the clip. If I can get the mouse to go a little blue. There we go. Okay, it's gone away. Cool. Alright, so I'll be pausing it. It's going to have to stay there then. I'll be pausing this here and there to just do commentary, so it's going to take a little bit longer than the actual length of the clip. So pretty much start of the kill, very obviously, take your path. Make sure your scrimshaw's on, make sure your aura's up, overload right before you burn the web. When you start the kill, just do your general basics. It's always nice to open with the auto attack. And it's a bit hard to see because this fucking button's going to be in the way, but pretty much for your rotation, whether you're using Revolution or Manual, doesn't matter. You kind of want your strongest abilities to be used first, so things like Sever, Cleave, Fury, Smash, that kind of stuff. Generally stronger basics, you want to make sure you're using them first before like Slice or whatever. Yeah. So pretty much when you're meleeing racks, there's two ways you can do P1. A lot of people like to rush 100 adrenaline and then pop a Zerk, and that's very easy to get a Araxxor down before the web burns. I don't prefer doing that, especially on P1. Especially on when I'm taking path 1, because fuck, I have to pause. I'm missing all this shit. Because if when you Zerk in P1, you need to Adren pot straight away to get the best effects, and I Zerk at the start of the second phase if I'm taking path 1, so I need that Adren pot available. So pretty much, let's go back a little bit. Pretty much as you saw before, make sure you anticipate the web attack, the cocoon. Sorry, when he webs at low on rage, like this is like 0% or 20% or some shit. You can just DPS right through it. Honestly, speeds the kill up a bit. You can see here I flick Soul Split sometimes for my thresholds. It massively increases your healing. It's very, very nice with Vamp Scrimshaw. And pretty much just whittle Araxxor down. In this case, I've opted not to Zerk, as I said. I'm just using basics and thresholds. And as you can see, the web's actually going to burn down before I even quite 100% finish it. But that's nice. What we do now is you kind of pre-phase Rax. What you want him to do is you want him to use a special attack right as you can then go up the tunnel, because that way you've got the maximum amount, because he does a special attack every 5 autos. So see here, I'm waiting for a special. I actually fuck up my freedom there, and I freed him too late, and he pulls me in, and then I fuck up my surge. You meant to actually surge diagonally up here, and you get well out of attack range. I fucked it up, and I take an auto attack there, so it's not a big deal, but it's just one less auto that he needs to do in phase 2 to trigger his special. So now you run, make sure you're stalling your adrenaline. You want to run all the way to the end of the path, and then you want to barge back onto Rax, and here you swap to your juicy Zerk combo. So your Ring of Vigor and your Sun Spear. Then you're going to Zerk, swap back to your Scythe, Adren pot, and go to town on him. I'm very, very rusty at Rax. This is the first Rax kills I've had in a while. I don't know if you saw me accidentally eat a monkfish there when I didn't need to. But yeah, then you pretty much assault, hurricane. Like, you could do so much damage on Rax before he even uses his second special. He will always, so I don't know if I showed it there, but without fail, he will always do a cocoon bomb on path 1-2 as his first special here. I don't know why, but he will just always do a fucking cocoon bomb. So as you Zerked, at some point, you just make sure you run over to the eggs, tag it, and boom, easy. So you continue rolling racks to your thresholds, that sort of shit. Plan defeats OP as shit here, obviously. You can pretty much kill him without him even spawning minions here. But I do like him getting minions because my strategy for P1-2 is pretty much to clear out most of the minions. It's just a safer option. And you leave a few left on for P4, which I'll explain in a sec. So you kill your minions. On the first wave of 5 minions, the special spider, which will either be a mirrorback or the pulsing, will spawn at on the third spider. So it'll be normal spider, special, normal spider. And then it goes down one each time. So on the second call of spiders, it'll come down, the second spider in the 5 will be the one that's a special. And in the third call of the special of the spiders, it's the first spider of the 5 that'll be the special, if that makes sense. Anyway, so then you trigger P3, doesn't really matter where you kill him. At low enrage, it's fine killing him back here. At higher enrages, you want to actually drag him out here, because as melee, you take a lot of melee hits when you're running back and forth to kill the spiders, and at high enrage, they can really fuck you up. So yeah, I was a bit slow on killing the specials, because I'm rusty as fuck, as I said, done this in months. Kill the spiders, your AoEs are godlike here. You can Hurricane, you can Quake. When you flick Soul Split, as you do them, you'll get like a 1.5k heal. It's really nice. And then yeah, just DPS racks down. You don't need to ult in this phase at all. What's good as well, so I did it there, it saved your barge for when the special spiders come up, because then you just barge straight to them. Stuns them, which stops them from doing, like stops the pulsing spider, for example, from doing any heals. And you just get to kill it really quick. So that was the third wave of spiders, I think. There should be one more wave of spiders. And what you want to do in the last wave, although I don't know, I think I fucked it up on this clip, but you want to leave at least one spider left. Alright? Oh, that's right, because he just started doing his other specials. He just refused to spawn the other spiders until it was... So I was like holding off on killing him. I was like, maybe he'll do his specials, but then he just didn't even fucking bother, so... I think I left him alive here, because this is, again, pre-phasing, right? You want Rax to do a special attack before you phase it into P4, sorry. And that makes sure that, that gives you the longest window of opportunity to do damage to him in P4 without him doing a special. So here I'm just kind of waiting for him to do a special. Yeah. He does spiders, so I make sure I kill one spider. The reason being... it's been a while, but I think you need to... Nah, fuck, just ignore that. Anyway, point is, you want to leave at least one spider left. I left a bunch here, didn't really matter. Phase it, off you go to P4. Make sure you're 100 Adren. So we're going to Adren stall. Notice I haven't used any food yet. I think I had one rocktail, one brew sip, and I accidentally ate a rocktail when I zerked before, which is kind of dumb, but... Yeah, this is what's achievable, which is really easy. So, straight away, at the very beginning of the kill, you're going to plan and defeat Zerk, and there it is. Boom, Adren pot, and then you're going to hit him with a big boy assault. No, that's Fury. Then you hit him with an assault, and that's absolutely going to cave his face. I mean, that was a big assault. They're not always going to be that big, but you absolutely cave his face in. The Hurricane, look at that. He's pretty much down to 25k already. Here, I should have... If I go back there, sorry. I should have done a special before he drained my... See how he's just below 26k and I have above 50% Adren? I should have done a threshold here. Devotion would have been pretty good, or I could have tendrilled or something if I just want to kill it fast. But you want to do... If he's at like that HP, you want to make sure you're using a threshold if you had the energy, because if you wait, you'll see here, boom, he drains 50% adrenaline when he procs the core. And then you just use basics to kill him. Really fucking easy. There you go, boom. Easy kill. And I wasn't quite expecting it because it was just a practice kill, but there you go. That's a fucking leg. So that was a nice little bonus, I guess, to reintroduce me to Araxxor again. Unfortunately, I don't need a lot of legs. I mostly need Path 3 legs, but hey, whatever. So that was the best in slot kill. Now I'm going to show the not best in slot kill, which is a lot messier, and I fuck up as well. But whatever, it should give you an idea of what's achievable. I'm still using... Let me just pause it here so I can quickly show you... Oh, hang on, I think I flicked to my gear real quick because I started the clip late. Yeah, here we go. So I'm still using my Scythe. I don't have a lance in my inventory, so I can't really show that. So I can't show you exactly how you're... Like, if you're using a lance, your damage isn't going to quite be as high, especially when you Zerk in P4. You won't get those big boy, like, 12k assault hits. Like, you just can't really... Unless you're using like a Zerk and using a like fucking stupid shit like that. Like you just won't hit that high, unfortunately. But the essence of it is still the same. You can still pretty much pull off the same shit. So I'm using full Bandos basically and Coleman around. So the Barrow's gloves basically because I haven't got Bandos gloves. Lol XD. Still using the rest of the same because like everything else is minimal difference if you swap it out. Souls is obviously strong, but you want to be using that regardless of your armor. Okay, and yeah, starting off the kill again. Make sure I anticipate early. Usually I use it after like two attacks or so, and I just DPS him down. It's not quite as quick. You don't get those juicy crackling procs. You don't get like enhanced devoted and stuff. Oh yeah, and on both of my presets, it's fucked up. And you see, I'm taking poison damage. It didn't pull out. I guess on this one, I'm not using my augmented legs. But on the first clip, I had augmented legs, but it didn't pull out the right ones, which have venom blood. So I was taking unnecessary poison damage. But anyway, even if you don't have venom blood, it's not the end of the world. It does help though. So yeah, your cocoons, I pretty much DPS them through. I kind of underestimated how much damage I would take here. So yeah, don't hit him that hard through cocoon. Just hit him with like a bleed or something at low enrage. You can also do, I think I'll show it later on, you can do like an auto attack and you can res it for a free heal. But anyway, so you can see the web's gone down. I'm in no rush. It's not the end of the world. I'd rather phase it perfectly. So I'm going to get him lowish. But the most important thing is I'm going to wait for the special attack. And there's his special attack. And here actually, so you wait for it, you auto, you swap to your shield bow, and you res. And that was a bit of a shit res. But you can get a very juicy res, especially at high enrage. So 100 adren, running up the path. This is all pretty much the same. You barge back to Rax, you swap out and you Zerk, and then you adren pot, and you do your juicy damage combo. Remembering you can flick soul split, especially for those bigger threshold hits. It really, really helps you healing. Just, yeah. Really, really helps. So he's done the egg bomb again. So we're just going to DPS him down. Wait for the spider spawn. You usually get one spider spawn before you phase him on P3, but sometimes he doesn't even do that. On this one, he just refused to do it, so I thought, fuck it. I'll nice surge. So trigger P3. Back onto Rax. And here I really fuck up. I'm just not used to like the mirror back timing and stuff. So I think I take a bunch of hits from the mirror back, which is bad. Also, I used my barge before, which I shouldn't have, because that would have been an easy barge to the mirror back instead of being like hit by Araxxor. I think I show some more defensive approaches here. So in this case, I've actually devotioned. Devotion when minions are out is really nice because every time you kill a minion, it extends it by like 1 or 2 seconds or something. So you just take no damage from Rax at this point. It's purely just minions, which you pretty much heal back anyway with your Scrimshaw. Yeah, you just keep DPSing. Killing minions, all pretty straightforward. I haven't talked about it much here about the whole staying out of melee distance with Araxxor when you lance. It's just something you get used to, but yeah, obviously you don't want to stand within melee distance of Rax like I am now, because he can just stop. He can auto you like that, like the melee auto with the pincers. And at high range, that absolutely wrecks you. I'm pretty sure that was crackling. It just fucking dicked me on the mirror back, but yeah, should have been prepared. So yeah, there's a little bit more of a scuff kill. I use quite a bit of food actually, just taking unnecessary hits like that. Too spoilt by the perk life. So here we go, that's the final wave of spiders, no special spawns. So you want to kill some of them, not all of them. You want to leave a couple alive. And well, I'm assuming I left that last one alive. Maybe I killed it accidentally, I can't remember. Anyway, and then you get ready to pre-phase. So remember, we want to wait for the special attack. So there's his special. He's done the acid spider. And then I wait for one auto just to be safe, because sometimes it bugs out. He does a special, but if you phase it before the special's like truly procced, he just specials straight away on P4, which can fuck you. So P4, we're at 100 adrenaline again. We're going to do pretty much the same shit. We're just going to planted feet and Zerk. It's really fucking easy. I probably should have brewed up a little more. I fucked up my Vigor switch there. Copped a nice big magic hit. This is a really scuffed P4, so I apologize in advance. But the essence is the same. Hit him with an assault. Hit him with a fucking hurricane. I'm trying not to eat here because I'm trying to save adrenaline, but I almost signed because I was too stubborn to eat. And see, okay, so hang on, I missed a really important thing there. Okay, when it's a minion rotation and there are minions, okay, especially 1-2. 1-2 is even better for it because on 1-2, I'm gonna show this again because I forgot to point out it's super important. He always does the acid absorb first. See how he's absorbing the acid? He always absorbs the acid first. So boom, that's one threshold. That's one special straight away. You don't have to worry about getting fucked by. And generally speaking, if your damage is good, which mine wasn't in this clip, it was really fucking bad. But if your damage is good with a Scythe, it's a bit hard with a Lancer. With a Scythe, you can get him down to 50% with just that acid. As an insurance policy though, what happens now is, on a minion rotation, the reason that we left those 1 or 2 minions alive is because if he does another special, which he did just before he got to 50%, all he does is spawn minions. And since there's only 1 or 2 minions left, there's not going to be any specials for them. They're just going to be shitty minions, which we can pretty much ignore. And again, yeah, that avoids us being fucked by a special. So really nice, just sort of forward planning. It makes a huge difference, especially at higher end rages. And that's pretty much where I almost signed. And then we just DPS him down. Again, I forget to use a threshold and my fucking adrenaline gets cucked, but whatever. You can just build to 50% and then like Hurricane or Tendril or something. Try and dodge the core. I fucked it up here because I had bad. Anyway, there you go. Bit of a scuff kill, but even then I used like a few sharks and 2 brews, and that was taking a shit ton of hits in P4 that I really didn't need to. So there you go. You can do the essence of that with a lance. So you're not going to get quite as much dice DPS off, especially during your Zerks in P2 and P4. And in P1, you might just want a Zerk anyway. Even if you don't want to use an Adren pot, you still want to save your Adren pot for P2. You might just want to build up to 100 in Zerk because, well, I remember doing it, but I don't have a lance, so I haven't done it in ages. But I remember in P1 trying to use a lance, and it's pretty much impossible to get racks down before the web burns without using Zerk, unless you're on like fucking Zerk Aura or some shit. So yeah. So that was a little bit ramble, but hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully you can take something out of that. I'm going to do the same for Path 2-3, which I'm definitely much better at than 1-2, and I kind of want to do it for Path 2, like doing it on Path 2 for 2-1, but that's Path 2 on 2-1 is much harder unless you are definitely using like a Scythe and stuff, because it relies on killing Raxi before she spawns minions in P4, and that's really hard to do with a lance, even with planted feet. So yep, thanks for watching. Hopefully you got something out of that.